Hello, and welcome to the Raising Sage Spiritual Podcast, where we delve into the transformative power of spirituality and personal growth. I'm the host, Jess, and today I have Jacqueline Kennedy from Lilac Wellness. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
Good. I'm so excited that you were able to join me. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and what you do. We haven't spent that much time together, so
No, we haven't.
yeah. So for anyone who's not familiar, maybe you could start by giving us like your a little bio, your background, areas of expertise, whatever
Okay.
you feel called to share.
Well, most of my working career has been within the hospital system. Most of my working career, I worked in the cardiac care area, where I worked as a cardiology technologist and did different diagnostic procedures pertaining to the heart. And And then, of course, I'm retired now, and I have moved into more of work where I'm working with energy.
Hmm.
And so that the main thing that I do is integrated energy therapy,
Yeah,
which I work with the angels and help assist people with their energy.
beautiful. So how would you like describe integrative energy therapy?
Well, what it is I'm working with nine angels, and I am basically the conduit.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the vessel in which they move their healing energy through me and to the client.
Oh, beautiful.
And so what they help the client do is um, to release
Mm-hmm.
and to integrate that, to release any negative energy, blocked energy,
Yeah.
and to bring in the healing energy from the angels.
Oh,
But of course, it's not the angels that do the healing. We do
yeah.
the healing ourselves because we do it when we open our hearts to receive it.
Mm.
And then that enables the healing to happen.
Yeah.
And it's layers of like negative energy that we have suppressed over the years through things that may be traumatic or just emotional, hurtful situations that we have lived through. And unfortunately, as humans, we tend to suppress that energy. And every time we suppress it, it creates almost like an onion, it creates layer upon layer. And
Mm.
so, therefore, it takes time. It takes time
Mm-hmm.
to release this energy. And so, like a lot of these kind of modalities, it's not a one and done deal. It
Mm-hmm.
takes time to work with this energy and release the negative energy, and then to integrate the healing energy from the angels.
Yeah. What just came to mind for me is that it takes time regardless. So if you don't stop and take the time when it happens to process
Absolutely.
things, you're gonna have to take the time
Absolutely.
later in life.
And what I've learned, and I love working with energy because what I've learned is that, we all take time to say exercise, to help our body. We try to eat a good diet to help our body. We a lot of us try to work on our mental health and that, but forgetting that our energy is the, really it is the most important thing
Yeah.
because when we work with our energy and we heal our energy, a lot of people feel like when I say healing, they think about fixing, but we
Hmm.
don't need fixing. We need
Hmm.
healing because what healing does is brings us back to a place of wholeness,
Yeah.
and that's what we need. And we
Yeah.
need to bring in all that beautiful positive energy into our being. So
Yeah.
energy work is very, very important.
Yeah. I agree. So how did you go from working in cardiology and in the healthcare system to energy? Was it something you only picked up like after you retired, or how did your kind of spiritual
Yeah.
journey
Okay.
begin?
Well, I've always been on a spiritual journey. A lot of
Hmm.
us are. It's just we're not fully aligned to our
Yeah.
spiritual journey. And for me, what happened was um, I wanted to retire from work. I was getting to a place I felt like um, I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. And
Hmm.
I just had this inner knowing that there was something changing. There was something I needed to move into. So I knew I needed to retire. So I retired. But prior to just retiring, I started to see like numbers and different signs, feathers and coins and all these things. And, it was all new to me. And I was like, okay, well, what's this all about? So, of course, I had to research it, realizing that this was all coming from the energy of the angels, and they were starting to come into my life, and I was starting to align with them.
Mm.
So, anyway, I just opened up, I surrendered, I allowed them to guide me. The first thing they guided me to, because I was retiring, was that, okay, you need to declutter your home. You
Mm.
need to clear this space because there's new things wants to come in. And then they told me I had this little room in my home at the time, and they wanted me to create this space for myself because they
Mm.
were bringing me through a self-healing journey, a
Yeah.
journey of self-healing.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, as I started to do my practices and I started to, um, work through my healing journey, then, integrated energy therapy came into my life through this lady that I was following. And it was just something I was drawn to because it was a modality where you work with the angels.
Mm.
Um, so of course the process was a bit longer than how I'm describing it, but
Yeah.
that's kind of in a nutshell, kind of
Yeah.
how it all came to be for me
Beautiful.
on this journey. And
Mm.
the angels told me that, I've always worked with the physical heart. So now I'm working now with the spiritual heart.
Yeah. That's
So this
beautiful.
this is the path that I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, give me chills. That's so beautiful. Um, have you had any like significant experiences or events sort of since well, obviously, I guess it's very eventful than
Mhm.
what you've kind of been through with working
Yes.
with the angels, but um, yeah, I don't know, any story like
Well, maybe something I can share with your listeners is that the first main thing I moved into was as you know, like when you're working with the physical heart, and if the heart is not pumping, you have to use CPR to resuscitate it. And for me, they were guiding me to this visualization of they were helping me to resuscitate my heart,
Mm.
and my spiritual heart,
Yeah.
the space with which our soul resides.
Yeah.
And so allowing myself to connect back with my soul, because our soul is our true unique self.
Mm.
And so they gave me, the acronym of CPR. And so what it represented was the C was for caring for myself and loving myself. The most important one, of course, of loving myself. And I
Mm.
had to learn to love myself again, because as many of us out there, we don't truly love ourselves and feel like we're worthy, which we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn that. And then the second one was P for practice,
Mm.
developing a practice in which I can grow and learn, and developing a practice of having a relationship with myself again.
Mm.
Because, like so many of us, we don't take time to have that relationship with ourselves. Through some of the things that I went through in my life, I I just lost who I was. I really truly didn't know who I was because I was always I'm an empath, so I'm very sensitive to the energies of other people.
Yeah.
And I was always a peacekeeper. I was always one that was always keeping peace and doing things for others to my own detriment. And
Yeah.
so I lost myself along the way. So I had to step into this practice to practice having a relationship with me and to
Mm.
find out who am I, you know? And that was part of my journey of self-healing. And the
Mhm.
R is about reclaiming who you truly are and stepping
Mm.
into your light.
Beautiful.
We all have a beautiful light to share,
Yeah.
and some of our lights are dim because we haven't truly stepped into who we are
Yeah.
and let that light shine.
Mhm.
So this was some of the things that I moved through, and this was
Yeah.
my experience, and this is what I share with others now.
Yeah.
Part of what I share, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
we can only
Yeah.
share through our own experiences.
Mhm.
Those that are drawn to what I share through my experiences will be drawn to me. Where not everybody is going to be drawn to you because we have different energy and
Yeah.
frequencies in that. So, somebody else could be drawn to another person, but some will be drawn to what I share through my
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
People who need to find you will find you, I always say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you've kind of described your gifts a little bit, but maybe, I mean, you have kind of described as well what the sessions sort of entail, but maybe you could talk some more. I mean, obviously you're a channel, you receive
Mhm.
information and messages and
Mhm.
yeah, whatever you'd like to share maybe about what you do in a session kind of thing or
Mhm.
what
Um,
comes up or
yeah, well,
yeah.
so in an integrated energy session, I have explained like basically what the purpose of it is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so what happens is normally when a client comes in, the first thing I do is explain what it's all about. I find in my working career, I always found when I explain things to people, puts them at ease and they kind of
Yeah.
know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then I move into, and this is not necessarily a part of the initial session, but the way it is, everybody brings in their own creative expression
Hmm.
into what you do. And for me, what I do is I use sound. I found sound for me was a great healer,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's music or where you're, using frequency sounds, whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a singing bowl, which is the note of the heart.
Oh.
And so I ask my clients to, as I ring the singing bowl, to allow themselves to open their heart, to
Mm.
surrender to the process of the integration energy therapy,
Yeah.
because I want their heart to be open to receive.
Mhm.
Because if their heart is not open to receive, if they're closed off, they have walls up, you're not
Mhm.
going to receive, what
Mhm.
the angels are want to bring in
Mhm.
and clear the energy that needs to be cleared.
Yeah.
So I do that, and then the client lies down, they're fully clothed. And
Mhm.
then I bring in all the angels. I bring in their angels because we all have our own angels.
Yeah.
We have our own guardian angel that we came into this world with and is with us and will leave with us. and I bring in their angels, and then I start the session, and I ask them to make an intention of what they would want for their healing. And then I will start. I have like music playing in the background, and then I move through the energy points that you move through in integration energy therapy. And and then it's all about moving out through the energetic field, which is your physical, mental, spiritual, and I'm forgetting the other one. Mental,
Emotional.
emotional. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And so moving through all those layers. So you're releasing all, all the negative, all that's blocked, and moving through the energy field and out of their body. And then the angels bring in the positive energy, integrating it in. And so as I'm moving, I can feel the energy. I can feel where there is probably some blockage. I can, feel whether they're releasing it,
Mm.
whether they're receiving it, you know.
Yeah.
And then, so after all that happens, then after that happens, I sit with the client and I give them my experience through their
Mm-hmm.
session, what happened in their session through my experience and the energy I felt. And then I ask them what they felt.
Mm. Nice.
Yeah. So some people won't feel anything.
Yeah.
And that's okay
Yeah.
because it's still happening. It's just that it's probably not happening at a degree that they would feel it
Mm-hmm.
because some people are really blocked,
Yeah.
and that. So, but then most people I find will feel something.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll either feel like cold or hot sensations. They'll feel like a tingling.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll really feel something strongly. And that usually means that they were open to releasing things.
Yeah.
And then they'll share with me, if, because I always tell them like too, if you try to align with your inner sight and inner thoughts, and sometimes they will see things.
Mhm.
And, it just all depends how open they are and how much
Yeah.
they surrender and allow the process to happen.
Yeah.
So that's basically, the process of
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. Cool.
I also do angel card readings,
Oh, nice.
and I also, well, before I started with integrated energy therapy, I did a lot of like working with my chakras and clearing my chakras. So I do help people with that. And I also, for me, I don't really lean on the word coaching.
Hmm.
It's more like I guide people to learn how to live in ease,
Yeah.
learning to live in ease,
Nice.
because there's so many people in dis-ease.
Hmm.
And of course, we know that the more you're stressed and in dis-ease,
Yeah.
that you're going to become sick physically as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so learning to live in ease is a big thing to help, I
Mhm.
find, to help people with
Yeah.
just doing practical things and, learning some spiritual practices, and that really helps you bring you into a state of ease and a state of peace.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for initially. Like,
Hmm.
when I started my spiritual journey, I wanted to, just have that peace
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my life.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree. That is definitely the goal, I feel. My
Yeah.
goal for sure. Maybe in terms of like your daily practices, what kind of are there any like mindfulness or
Hmm.
spiritual kind of routines or rituals or anything like that that
Well,
You
What
do?
works best for me, and again, I can only go on my
Yes.
own experience because we're all attracted to different types of things that we like to
Yep.
do. For me, like when I created that space for myself, I would my practice is I call it my morning practice because I don't start my day. I mean, I'm retired, so I have a little more time. But even when I wasn't retired, when I had was raising my children and that, I would always get up in the morning before everybody else and
Yeah.
kind of just have my bit of time
Mm-hmm.
and that set my day off in the right I felt in the right
Mm-hmm.
direction. So I'm a morning person anyway.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning, I come out into my room, which I call my sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
I always do some meditation and I journal. Journaling is a big thing for me. I find a lot of people today are in a space of fear, and uh, having a peace of mind is a really big thing. And when I journal, it gives me a peace of mind because I'm taking my thoughts and I'm physically writing them down on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And that in itself is healing
Mm-hmm.
because you're moving it from up here to here. You're getting
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Because not everybody is able to like open up to someone. You might
Yeah.
have that person that you feel comfortable with that you can do that, but not everybody is that type. And
Yeah.
it's a way that you can do that
Yeah.
if you're not that type of person to share things and to not hold on to things and release it. So
Mm-hmm.
journaling is a wonderful practice for that. So
Yeah.
I journal. I also I do use oracle cards, and sometimes I'll use oracle card and see what the message is for me that
Mm-hmm.
day. And I'll just lots of times, sometimes I might just read something that that brings positivity into my life. There's a few people that I follow that, I like listening to them and what they share and
Yeah.
bring that positivity into my life.
Yeah.
Um, and there's some of the things. And the other thing is I try to go for a walk every day. I love being in nature, and I find
Mm-hmm.
nature is so healing in
Yeah.
itself. Just
Yeah.
being there and, taking in the energy of the trees and everything else. So
Yeah.
there are a few of my practices that I do,
Yeah.
and that's
Awesome.
how I start off my day. And I'll
Mhm.
listen to music or listen to sounds. I have got a lot of healing from frequency of different
Mm.
sounds and just music, that's positive. And so that's this kind of
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I find frequency music and sound really effective too. I always,
absolutely.
yeah,
And it's
especially
yeah, and it's one of those modalities that um, takes time.
mm,
It requires time, just like crystals. A lot of people use crystals and the energy from crystals, and they're good too. But the effect of it takes in order to get the effect
yeah.
of it, it takes time. It's not
Hmm.
a modality that or something you use. I mean, that it's instant. you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. We need to learn that things don't happen instantly. We'd love
I
it
know.
to, but it doesn't. It
Yes.
requires
Yeah.
work, right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2 years maybe since I've been sleeping with like frequency music every night.
hmm
So yeah.
That's good.
What would you say maybe is the biggest challenge you've faced on your journey?
On my journey, and I kind of tapped into that a little bit when I spoke earlier. My main challenges on my spiritual journey has been um, like I said, I'm an empath. I'm highly sensitive. Over the years, I've taken on so much energy that has not been mine.
Mm-hmm.
So along my spiritual journey, initially it was challenging, but through practice, I've learned to set up boundaries and realize that, you know, what I feel from other people, their energy is not mine. So
Yeah.
I don't take that on anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and again, being that peacekeeper, always wanting to be there to serve others, and I do serve others,
Yeah.
but I don't do it anymore to the detriment of
No.
my well-being,
Yeah.
because there's nothing wrong with helping others, but when
Yeah.
it becomes an issue,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah.
There has to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there are probably a couple of my initial challenges when I started my spiritual journey, but
Mm-hmm.
with practice and learning, I now have overcome that, and
Yeah.
I might have a day where I'm tired and it won't happen for me. I might, go visit someone and I kind of take on their energy a bit,
Yeah.
but initially, I am 90% better than what I used to be.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely freeing when you can kind of separate yourself from that, but
Hmm.
you have
Hmm.
to be able to, I feel, because to be
Yeah,
like the most effective, probably, because you still have that
absolutely.
compassion, but you have
Yes,
to have a little bit of a, a shield.
you do, because
Yeah.
it's unhealthy. It's
Yeah.
unhealthy. You don't, you need that balance,
Hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
Mm.
So do you teach or share your spiritual knowledge with others? So obviously you do sessions. Maybe do you have like any other offerings right now, or how can people kind of connect
Well,
with what
I
you're doing?
also, yeah, well, like I said, I also do card readings. People tend to like
Hmm.
card readings, and these are angel card readings. So it's all what their angels want to bring through for them. Every second month, I also have what I call the angel gathering.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so in that, the gathering is called being, and I capitalize the word being in the energy of the angels
Mm,
because my angels guided me to offer this space where people can come and just let everything else go and just be.
mm,
Be in the energy of the angels to receive all the love, the support,
hmm.
that they want to give us.
Yeah.
And it's usually women. I've had no men. It's
Yeah.
usually women, and and we all, when we're within this gathering, we're in the energy of the angels, but we're also in each other's energy, and there's
Yeah.
always such beautiful energy.
Mm,
And it's again a space to come and to be,
yeah.
and just let everything else for just even that couple hours to just
Yeah.
let it go.
Nice. Yeah, your November ones are done, but your next ones will be in January.
January, yes. Of
Awesome.
course, it's a time of year of like weather permitting, of course.
Yeah.
And if that happens that I can't have it, I just move it to the following
Oh,
week. So I have one on Thursday evenings, and I have one which start at 7, and I have a Sunday one. I opened up a Sunday one because my space can only take so many people.
yeah.
So I've had more people than what my space accommodates. So I opened up a new one now on Sunday mornings at 10, because there are some people don't like driving in the nighttime, and especially
Hmm.
this time of the year in the winter,
Yeah.
they don't like driving in the evening. So I can understand that. So I have one that's Sunday mornings at
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'll
Yeah.
definitely be coming to the next one for sure. A
Nice
random
to have
question
you.
that popped into my head when you were talking is, do your angels ever overlap with someone else's angels?
I've never
Or
experienced
no?
that. No, never experienced.
That's
No.
just my brain. My brain's like,
But that's okay. I
yeah,
mean, I mean, maybe someone else might experience that they have, but
yeah,
not normally. But the thing that with angels is that we have a free will.
yeah,
So they won't come in, they
yeah,
won't come forward unless we invite them,
yeah.
right? Now, our angels are always with us,
Hmm.
but they can do more for us if we invite them and allow them in our space.
Hmm.
And when that happens, there you notice the shift and you notice the things that's happening in your life, you know?
Yeah,
So, yeah, and one thing I didn't mention about like when you're working on your relationship with yourself, you're working on your inner world, you know, this inner space of yours, this inner temple vessel. And when you start to bring in that healing within your inner world and you reflect it out to the world,
yeah,
that's what reflects back to you. If you're
yeah.
loving yourself, you know, and um, the world is going to reflect back to you with love,
Hmm.
you know. So that's why it's so important to do this inner work, you know,
Yeah.
the inner healing is so, so important.
Hmm. Yeah, it's something you have to take on consciously because there's so
Yeah.
many distractions and other
Yeah.
things.
And it is going to require work. I mean,
Hmm.
I would be lying if I didn't say that, oh yeah, it's, easy peasy. It's not.
Yeah.
It,
No.
there's work required.
Yeah.
You'll know when you're ready for that because there's
Hmm.
this inner knowing within you, like happened to me. It was like, you know, like I would get up in the morning, I would get dressed, washed, have my breakfast, go to work, come home, so tired, you
Hmm.
know, go to bed. And the same thing over and over. And I felt so stuck.
Yeah.
That just to say, I was grateful that I was working, but like I just felt so stuck. I felt so unfulfilled.
Hmm.
And when these kind of things happen to you, then it's like it's telling you that like you need something
Yeah.
more fulfilling. You need to do the work
Yeah.
and step into that, because
Mm.
that's what your soul is calling for, because your
Yeah.
soul wants you to live your true self,
Hmm.
because a lot of us don't know who our true self is,
Yeah.
and you need to learn that, right?
Yeah.
And it takes work.
Yes. Yeah, it's like decluttering your house, but it's your internal world,
Absolutely,
Move it out so the
absolutely.
new to
So
make
the
room
new can
for.
come in. You need that
Yeah.
space, right? You need to get rid of all that old stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, and you need to bring in that space
Hmm.
creates, the yeah, basically the space
Yeah.
for the new to come in,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What advice would you, we're getting towards the end. What advice
Okay.
would you give to someone maybe who's just beginning their spiritual journey, or maybe they're like restarting after, you know,
Well,
being away?
the advice I would give people would be um, to be patient and kind and forgiving to yourself, and to allow to give up control, to surrender, and just allow, like go with the flow. Don't
Mhm.
force anything. The more we force something, the more it's not going to come to us. So, and step in if you've never done it before, to step in and begin that journey of healing. Begin that time of having a personal relationship with yourself. There's so
Mhm.
many of us that, we want to be happy, but we're always looking for it for someone else to make us happy,
Yeah.
for something else to make us happy. Maybe if I go buy that thing, that's going to make me happy.
Yeah.
None of that is going to make you happy. The
No.
only thing is going to make you happy is you.
Hmm.
And that's where you need to begin. And
Yeah.
that's why you need to be patient and kind and all those things with yourself
Yeah.
and learn to love yourself again.
Mm.
So for me, like with through my experience, that was the catalyst for me that
Yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what
Hmm.
I would share with others.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like our relationship with ourself is it is the number one thing in everything, kind of.
It
It's the
is.
foundation to everything else.
Yeah. And the important part too is like always be aware of the space of your heart because when we learn to start listening to our heart, to our soul, that is a loving, kind, patient voice.
Yeah.
It's not this like the space of the mind where the ego resides, where it's always saying things like, "Oh, well, you're no good," or "You can't do that. What makes you think you can do that?" And brings you down that rabbit hole of all those thoughts.
Yeah.
Whereas when you connect with your heart space, it's always loving. And the more
Hmm.
you do that, the more
Hmm.
your mind then aligns with your heart.
Yeah.
And do you get those thoughts maybe sometimes? Yes, you will sometimes,
Yeah.
but it won't be as often as
Yeah.
it
And your
probably
ability
happens.
to,
You know,
yeah.
it happens now because you're learning to love yourself. You're
Hmm.
not, okay, I'm not listening to that thought because
Yes.
I'm not loving. So I'm not going there,
Yeah.
And eventually it does align, your mind aligns with your heart. So that's really part and important process too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I just was just thinking of something and I lost it. Let's see. Any, okay, maybe like that was kind of insight or lesson. What's maybe something you've learned from the angels or from a client or insight or lesson? You've already shared a lot, but if there's anything else that you feel called.
Let's see, what else have I learned? I'll probably think of something after we're finished.
I
Um,
think the self-love one is
I, you know,
the biggest.
basically you will never be disappointed if you bring in the energy of the angels in your life.
Yeah.
The angels are come from divine source, God, whatever word you like to use, whatever your belief is. And they are celestial beings of pure love and healing light. And they have a very high frequency. And that's another thing in my gatherings. We raise our frequency so that we
Mm,
can have a stronger connection with the angels. Because as humans, we're very dense. So we
yeah.
need to elevate that. And I've learned that from them. And
Mm,
and when you receive them and invite them into your life, and even if you just start with your guardian angel, because your guardian angel is always with you, but there's angels that will come in your life at certain times, depending on what you need to
mhm.
learn, what you need guidance for. They will come into your life, and then they will go out, and then new ones may come in again because there's angels just like us that, if you need medication, you go to a doctor. If you need, your teeth done, you go to a dentist.
Yes.
There's people out there that have things they do, and there's angels like that as well.
Yeah.
And I've had different ones that have come in and out, but there's certain ones that I know are with me. And so, yeah, so they, you can't go wrong. They are there to
Yeah.
love you, support
Yeah.
you, guide you, and protect you, you
Yeah.
know? So their purpose is just to pour pure love and healing light into your life,
Mm.
and you can't go wrong. Because
Yeah.
I'm just speaking of experience from
Yeah.
how much my life has changed
Yeah.
since they have, since they have come into my journey.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful. Yeah. And all you have to do is ask too,
and all
right?
you do, yeah, just ask, invite, and they're there for you. I mean, they're
Yeah.
there for you anyway, but they're
Yeah.
limited for what they can
Yeah.
do for you because, they respect our free will.
Hmm.
So they can only come in when we ask them in, when we invite
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
in. Mm,
And that's like all about your openness to it and
absolutely.
yeah. And how clear your channel is, maybe. I mean, you can still ask for help, but you might not notice the help you're getting if if your channel is not
Yeah,
clear, or
yeah.
if you're
Well,
unaware.
as you practice and as you bring, the angels in, your awareness opens more and more
Yeah.
and more. You become more aware. You notice things like signs they may be sending you, like numbers and coins and feathers and symbols.
Yeah.
Like I've been probably driving in my car and I'll see, like, one of them billboards, and there might be just two or three words on there that speaks to what I'm dealing with at the time and
Yeah.
speaks to it, like, and they won't come in with, like, sentences. That's
Yeah.
not how they come in. If they come in, it's usually, with a message. It's usually just like a couple of words, two or three
Yeah.
words, that they
Yeah.
will they will come in with, and to get your attention. So, like, there's just many beautiful ways that they will come in, and they're trying to get your attention, right? This is what they're doing
Hmm.
because they want to come in and help you.
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah, so your awareness will open up more to that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful chat. Maybe just before we go, if you could let our listeners know what's the best way to connect with you.
Okay, well, I do
I
have.
will include like your website and stuff in
Okay,
the
so the website is
descriptions.
there. The website is there. Um, I usually just, it's either on my website, or I will just, I use mostly just text.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So yeah, there's like an email and stuff on your website, I guess, to
there's an email on my
or a form
website.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I do mostly use my phone number, my texting.
Okay.
I don't know if I should put that out there or not, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, once they connect with you, I mean, everyone
Yeah,
has different
that's
ways.
probably the
These
best
days,
way.
we're
Is
all on our
to,
cell phones for the most part.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best way, is to just
Okay.
do it through my website. Yeah.
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 Perfect.
Well,
Well, thank
thank
you.
you so much for this opportunity.
You're
I've
so
only
welcome.
had one interview before, and it's was like 30 years ago.
Oh,
So
oh, you're natural. It's
uh
wonderful.
but yeah, just thank you so much for the opportunity,
Yes,
and
you're
just
welcome.
to, get the message of angels
Yeah,
and that out there, and yeah, it's great. Thank you.
I love it. When you came to the bridge and you said the angel sent you, I was like, oh, it was just, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
special. So
yeah.
yeah, I knew I had to chat with you more, and I'm sure it'll be our
Well,
last chat.
yes, it was no, it won't be our last, and it was a pleasure to chat with you today.
Yes, you too. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in as well. Until next time.